Welcome back to my English Learning YouTube channel. My dear subscribers, viewers, and students. Today I am going to deliver a little speech, a very small speech regarding how to make our studies fruitful. Okay? How to make our study successful. I hope you will listen to it very carefully. So, my dear subscribers and viewers, it's very important to know the skill of reading because reading reading is very important to acquire knowledge, and while writing makes a man perfect. So my dear students, viewers and subscribers, how to how we should read to make our reading successful or fruitful. I hope you will get the point very well. My dear students, I am going to tell you that there are two kinds of reading. One is silent, another is loud. So silent reading is important for adult or mature persons who can read by sitting, by sleeping, or by making some comfort. And it is only because it is only for him, and the matter is already known to him, and he can get everything in his heart through that reading. But for children or students, I think loud reading is very important because loud reading makes some benefits like pronunciation of the word, and to memorize what we read. It helps in a great deal because when we read something loudly, then the sound enters in our ears. The sound enters in our ears, and that makes us understand what we are reading. Again, it helps us make our pronunciation correct because when we read or when we do sound reading, then people around us listen to us. And in every household, I think there is or there are some educated persons who can listen to them, who can listen to the reading. And if there is some mistake committed by the readers, then it may be pointed out and may be read correctly. That is a great help for that is a great help that gives us that is derived from loud reading. So I hope and I always suggest that a student should always read or loudly so that he can understand or listen the sound, he can hear the sound of the words that pronounces he or she pronounces with his mouth, and it enters into his mind and heart. Okay, and that also makes a permanent place in his heart, and express he can express it very well. Then finally he can write, he can give it a concrete form for writing in the examination. That means a loud reading has always more advantages over the silent reading. But those people who are already adults and actually are doing some higher studies, they may read silently because it is enough for them. That can give them benefits more than the readers who read loudly. But for students, it is more important to read loudly. Okay. Now I am going to tell some skills for reading. Here we find so many students or all the students all the time reading and reading or studying and studying. But the result of the study of the reading is not up to the mark. And why? So I may ask a question, why their reading is not up to the mark? All the day, all through the day, they read, they keep the books with them, read at home, go to tuition, go to school. Every time they are connected with reading, they are connected with books. Yet we see that in the examination hall they cannot they cannot do well, they cannot write all they have already read or already learned. So what is the reason behind it? So today through this video I would like to tell you that reading more and more is not very important. Reading more and more is not very important. So I would like to tell you, my dear students, that you should not read more and more. You read less. I am telling you, you read less. But the second thing, you have to ponder over it. That means what you read, you must think over it. So thinking is very important for understanding what you have read. So my dear students, I hope you are getting my point. So thinking about what you have already read is very important for you to make the reading permanent in your heart. Okay, so I suggest you to read less but think more. I suggest you to read less but think more. That means you have already read, what you have already read, you must think over it. You must give your mind, you must give your thought, you must give your thought over what you have already read. Then it will be understood by you. It will be understood by you. And when you understand something, then the memory of it becomes permanent in your heart. Now, if the memory has become permanent or not, or what you have read or what you have already thought, so can you now use this knowledge in your examination hall? Yet there may be some question that you will not be able to use that knowledge or that learning in the examination hall fully, because another step is yet to be done or taken by you for make your reading perfect or make your reading fruitful. Now, what you have already read, you have already thought about it. You have already thought about it. Now, you have to take your test yourself. You have to take your test yourself. And for that step, you have to write it over and over, or you have to write it again and again. So if what you have already read, you have already thought about it, but if you don't write it again and again, the perfectness of your knowledge will not be revealed in the examination hall. So if you want to make you perfect, or if you want to make your reading perfect or complete, then you have to write it again and again. You have to write it again and again. Then in the examination hall, you can write everything very smoothly and correctly. Every word, what you have already read, what you have already thought, if you practice it again and again by writing, then you can write everything in your examination hall fluently. Okay, so I hope You must cross these three steps to acquire a good knowledge or complete knowledge regarding your reading. So that is why I am telling you, for your fruitful reading, you have to read. I am not telling you that you must read less. Just for an example, I am telling you, if you read and never think about it and never write it again and again, then there is no result of it. There is not any result of it. You will get no result from your reading. So what is the use of reading again and again? That is why I am telling you that you read less. But what small amount of reading has been done by you have to think about it, whether I can get back or get it back into my mind. Suppose you have read a poem. You have read a poem and have read it again and again, but you have never thought about it, whether I can get by heart it, whether I can tell it from my memory. You have not thought about it for a single time or for a single moment, then you cannot gather all the ideas what you have already read in your mind. That is why, so you read for a particular time, for a small amount of time, but you have to give your mind, you have to give your mind about this reading. You have to give your mind, you have to concentrate your mind, or you have to think about it. That is very important. Your concentration is very important. That reading is not important, but you have to read. But concentration is very important, and that is called thinking. You have to concentrate yourself. That means you must give your mind 100% on that reading, then it will be memorized. The next step is very practical. So whether you can express it by writing or whether you can express it in the examination hall, that will depend upon your practice of writing. So we can say that reading makes a man ready, while writing makes a man perfect. This is a very great quotation or saying by Francis Bacon. Okay, most of you have heard the name, a great essayist of England. Okay, Francis Bacon has said, writing makes a man perfect. That is why to make our reading fruitful, to make our study successful, we have to read, then we have to think, and finally we have to practice it by writing again and again. Then our knowledge will be perfect, and we can come out successfully or with flying colors in the examination hall in our practical life situation. So my dear students, my dear viewers, my dear subscribers, to make our reading very useful and to get some success in our life, we have to work hard. And we have to work hard. And for that work hard, that means it is a very comprehensive word. That work hard means you have to try every method. You have to try your every method that makes you become a successful person in the world. To become a successful person in the world, we must have willpower. That means, first of all, we have to determine. We must have willpower. We have to determine what we are going to do in my future planning. And that determination will make you strong or energetic, both physically and mentally. That is why you must be very strong in your willpower, that I will do it. It is not that I will do it, but I must do it. And for that, willpower is very important. And after the willpower, what should you do? You must work hard. You must work hard. That is called perseverance. And your working hard is not for a single time or for once only, but you have to work hard again and again. That means in states you have to work hard, and that working hard will need you some endurance. Okay, so you must endure, you must try, you must try. And if you try everything according to your will, then if you keep trying it on, then you will get success in your life. So it is very important, not only in case of study, but in doing every work or any work of our life. To fulfill our mission of our life, we have to study hard, we have to work hard, we have to write it again and again for its perfection, and then we will reach the goal of our life. So, my dear students, it is very important that from the very beginning we will fix some determination or aims in our life that will inspire us to become something in our life. And for that, we must not compare ourselves with others. Just we have to try ourselves to let out what is within ourself. To let out what is within ourselves. It is not a matter of comparing yourself with others, but try to let out what is the flame that is inside you, and it will burn out. It will burn out in right way. If you try it to let it out well, then it will burn out in a right way. Then the flame will spread. The flame will be spread, and it will bring you great success in your life. Okay, so try to maintain all this. Try to maintain all this. And again, one thing is to say that there is not any time bound for study or for reading. You can read at any time, at any place. We may mention in this regard, you see, you have already heard the name of Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. If you study or read his biography, you can find that he was a very busy person because he was involved in the freedom movement of India. But he was a great writer. He was a great philosopher. He was a great thinker. And how it was possible for him? He studied, he wrote. And when did he write? Whenever, even in the train, whenever he traveled, he never wasted a single minute or a little time of his life. Even in the train, in midst of his journey, he used to write. So if somebody thinks that I will do it something, I'll do it when I get time, I will work it when I get free time, I will read this book when I feel comfortable, then it will never happen in your life. So, my dear students, it is very important that our life is very short. Our life is very short. We have to realize it, and we have not to waste a moment of our life because it is very precious. Human beings are the greatest product of Creator. Human beings or man is the greatest product of the Creator of this world. And that is why we have to do something important in our life that may differentiate me, or every individual from animal. Okay, that is why we have to study, we have to acquire knowledge, and our knowledge must be spread among human beings of the world. That may bind us with the brotherhood which has no boundaries of caste, language, and religion, etc. So this is all for today. I hope this speech will inspire you. And today I have not prepared or uploaded any video regarding English grammar, as the name itself signifies English learning channel by MD Rafikul Islam. Instead of uploading any video regarding English grammar, I am going to upload this small speech, or the feelings of my mind and heart in front of you. So all of you are thanked for listening to this speech. Thank you. Okay.